Judge McCafferty, what's your reaction?
Well, I was completely surprised. I was wishing the federal government well in their investigation, and I was confident it wouldn't include me. After there was a search of my chambers, of course, I received many media questions as to whether or not the investigation would include me, and knowing that I would never engage in any wrongdoing or impugn the integrity of the bench, I never thought that this investigation would include me. So the next step is to check with the Ohio Supreme Court, because I intend to vigorously defend myself and to run for re-election, because I love being a judge, and it has been my life, my adult life. I've spent my career in public service. So I intend to contact the Supreme Court, find out what the parameters are, vigorously defend the charges, and ask the voters to please remember, I've engaged in no wrongdoing on or off the bench, and I humbly ask for their vote and support. I'm pleased that they kept their faith with me in the primary, even though I couldn't speak.
And the indictment, it seems like if you hadn't said anything, you wouldn't be here. If you believe what the indictment says.
Well, based upon your question and Mr. Orlowski saying they indicated that I lied to them, essentially, I'm sure you're probably well aware, I've been on the bench for 11 and a half years, and I'm a friendly personality for those of you who covered cases in my courtroom. They showed up and wanted to ask me some questions, so I actually invited them to sit down, have something to eat or drink, and I answered all their questions in a manner that I believe to be truthful. So I respectfully disagree with the charges in the indictment, but I also understand that all of you know that I instruct each and every jury that an indictment is merely an accusation. You're to draw no conclusions from it. And I enjoy the American legal system. I've spent my entire career in it, and I intend to avail myself of the system that I've dedicated myself to. I think it's going to make me a better judge, because today, for instance, I saw the other side of the system. And I think that that'll give me a sensitivity that is in addition to the compassion that I try to show to the public and to victims of crime as to how it feels to be wrongly accused of a criminal offense.
When you say that you were going to defend yourself, you mean that literally, that you're going to act as your own attorney?
No.
Okay.
I intend to have legal counsel and avail myself of the legal system.
Well, speaking about being on the other side, what was that like?
Actually,
like a nightmare or a bad dream, or what were you thinking at that moment?
I think that this entire day is a Kafkaesque nightmare of epic proportions. I thought, thank goodness this investigation is coming to an end. Our city needs to move on. It never occurred to me. Although I know the media was concerned and wondering what was going on with me, I was never concerned, because I know of my own integrity. And I never thought that the day would come where I would receive a call asking me to turn myself in. And I did today, and now I found out what it's like to be processed, and that's how I've spent my entire day. As I stand in front of you, I'm not even sure what time it is.
Do you have to call you, Judge?
So, yes, actually, I leave my house every day at 5 a.m., so I understand there have been some news stories about them arresting individuals at home. I haven't seen the news today, but that did not happen with me. In fact, I actually was about halfway through my day and heading into work when I received a call on my cell phone. So I said, all right, and I went ahead and contacted counsel and turned myself in.
Where did you turn yourself into?
FBI headquarters. I think you all filmed me there.
Right.
Who's your counsel?
Henry Hilo.
Your Honor, could you just summarize your overall statement again? I kind of got here a little bit late. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I think they've asked me a lot of questions, and that's what I was asking.
Your sense of the day is what?
My sense of the day, that I was confident that this investigation wouldn't include me, since I've been involved in no illegal or unethical activity as a judge. I was pleased to have this come to an end, and I thought that when these indictments were released, any speculation would come to an end, and that I could assure the community that no time I engaged in any illegal or unethical behavior. And I plan to move forward to re-election, and I plan to serve another term on the bench. Today I received a phone call from the Federal Bureau of Investigation that I was to turn myself in. I plan to avail myself of the legal system and vigorously defend this. As you see, I'm not really intertwined with any of the county corruption charges. I don't know what they are. I was just handed this copy of the indictment. I understand I'm in it, but my behavior is no way intertwined with this investigation, so I had no way, and they asked me if I was surprised. Yeah, clearly I was surprised, because I know I haven't engaged in any wrongdoing.
What time did they call you again?
To be honest with you, I can't quite tell you. Somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, as I was heading into work.
Judge, they
Yes,
have
Ron.
excerpted some conversations which they suggest in the indictment that you were hoping you could do more for a certain client during a settlement conference. I don't know if you've seen that excerpt. But
I have in this
Yes.
indictment.
Mhm.
I have not seen that excerpt. So before I comment on anything, I better look it over closely. But I would gather that since I'm going to be going to trial, any specifics and any inferences made to me, just like I've had to do for the past 2 years, I think I'm going to have to hold on a little bit longer and put my faith in the community to know that I haven't engaged in any wrongdoing, and then vigorously defend myself in court. So I'm not sure that I'm prepared to answer
I
any
understand.
specific questions,
I
Ron.
think the bottom line is...
I'm sure you've spent all day doing your homework. I know how thorough you all are.
Judging from your comments, I think what you're telling us is that you never used your office to back any particular case or cave into any kind of pressure
Absolutely.
in terms of a case in front of you.
That's right. I've done nothing but be a fair and impartial judge, and it is my career. And I think when you're on the bench, because of the nature of that type of public service, it isn't just about what you do for a living, but it becomes who you are. And it is a little bit odd to see the justice system from this perspective, but I need to put my faith in the system that I love so much. And yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Ron.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.